Hello friends, we'll be covering 36 hairpin bands today and which is a very toughest road to drive. I'll be providing you examples on how to drive in a Ghat section. I'll be providing you 13 tips how to drive when you are a new driver especially. So it is going to be really helpful if you follow these steps to drive in a Ghat section. Tip number 1, always stay on your lane, respect the lane discipline. Basically the roads are pretty narrow in the Ghat sections and you have very less space to maneuver. Make sure that you follow your lane and you respect the other's lane and do not deviate or get into the other lane, which will lead to accident or other risks. Tip number 2, honk often, especially when in blind curves. You need to honk more time because drivers, truck drivers, or other vehicles, they understand the honks. You won't be able to see things in blind curves, so better to honk to let them know that you are coming. Tip number 3, drive slow in gear 1 to preferably. So you have to always downshift in the up and steep curves. Make sure that you're driving slow to make sure you're not deviating from your lane. Tip number 4, while on turns, always be cautious of vehicle coming from the other side. Look into the mirror if provided, and there are many Ghat sections which will have mirror, which will be easy for you to see if there is any vehicle coming. And always be cautious because most of the risk or accident happens when you are at a curve or you're overtaking. So be careful, be cautious.
ଏମିତି ଚଲାଉଛି। ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ଟାଇମ୍ ଯଦି ମୁଁ 30 କୁ ଆସିବି ମୁଁ ଥୋଡ଼ି ଏମିତି ଚଲେଇବି, ଏଇଟା ଆଉ ଟିକେ ଭଲ ଚଲେଇବି ନା।
Tip number 9, downshift regularly around the bend. So during the bend is mostly where you have your steep curves. You make sure you downshift so that you get little power to stride forward, and never think that it is going to consume a lot of fuel. Safety is utmost important. So if you are not finding power, especially when there is a 1 liter engine or a less power engine, you make sure that you downshift around bends. These are very dangerous curves, to be very careful. Tip number 10, when you are in doubt, stop the vehicle and let others go. Never rush. That's what I was saying in my previous tips as well, that if you are not confident enough that you will be able to do it safely, you can stop the vehicle or slow down and give a sign that the other vehicles may go, and you go slowly after them. Make sure that you're not taking a lot of risk which you'll not be able to handle if you are a new driver, especially. Before that, for continuously 3-4 hours, engine is already hot and had a lot of work. So to avoid that extra workload, because once you start the Ghat section, there will be extra load on the vehicle. You stop the vehicle for 15 minutes, you take a break, take a tea break probably, let the engine cool down, and then you start. And in the Ghat section, you can switch off your AC and down the windows, take the breath of fresh air and drive. I had a great experience while driving in the Ghat section. Learned a lot. Even I'm not a very experienced driver, but it taught me a lot, and now I'm pretty more confident to drive in Ghat section. So it teaches you as well. But if you follow all these tips that I've shared from my experience, I'm pretty sure you will be able to reach safely, and you will be able to drive more comfortably. Yeah, be patient and calm. You would need it. There will be drivers from time to time who would take over, who would be impatient, but you have to be patient and calm, because if you're not calm, it affects your driving as well. So always be happy mood, be patient and calm. By this time we had already reached Uti town. It's a beautiful town. The way to Uti is also very beautiful. You will be crossing Bandipur forest, Muddumalai forest. It will be very scenic, very nice. So you will like the destination as well as the route. So do visit if you're planning to follow these tips while driving. And you will reach safe, and you will enjoy the beauty of Ooty as well. So I'll be sharing all these videos up in my upcoming videos, with a lot of other tips and other information.